we're back. And we're back and we're good. So I just finished Twine Peaks. I wouldn't say it was easy. Parts of it was easy, but I had to do a whole lot of stuff. Like I had to work on my actual storm shield. Cause one time, like when I lost, I barely lost. I got kicked. I showed you in the stream where I got kicked. I got kicked twice. I tried to do it over, and this time I was finally successful. I didn't stream it in fear, so I would be lagging. Like the biggest issue with Fortnite, I'll probably play a game after if things go horribly wrong, especially with this stream. Not the stream, but the connection, because Fortnite saves the world. I mean, it's okay. Now somebody probably would ask me, what can I do about V-Bucks now if I beat the whole entire game? I know for sure I made my money and then some. But now I feel like it's more so of a thing where, now it's probably just going to be 100%, not even V-Bucks. Like, I can't do any more Storm Shield defenses, so take that however you will. I feel like the one thing I can do now is probably just do the daily V-Buck stuff. The challenges that they have. There's no new quest line. The game is unfinished, so. I think the problem is with Save the World. They really won't. That's actually Fortnite in its purest form as I Save the World. Or somebody wound up jetting. I just don't know. But back to what I was saying about Save the World. Like, Save the World, it was an unfinished, it still is an unfinished product. That's why Fortnite is still in a closed beta. Because they don't know what to do with the storyline, I do feel. It's not a game you want to play with me, Bob. A game where I'm not 100% lagging, yeah, it's tough for you. It is 100% tough for you. And this fool went to what you call it by himself. This guy's a dumb nuts, bro. Me and him sticking together. Somebody had this guy, Raposa, he's pretty good. Seems like a reliable person. A scar. I'll take it. Holy shit. And that was lag. Did you not see that? But besides the point, like, I don't know, bro. I think our teammates hockey screwed. Just because. Look. I'm still thinking about movie theaters and stuff like that, especially movie theaters that are really, I wouldn't even say the weird side of stuff, but like, I could see certain stuff being successful and then another thing I don't see successful. Like, for instance, crackers and wine or something like that. Art exhibits, you know, they pretty much do that, crackers and wine, that type of stuff. These art exhibits, they're doing this, doing a few things. You know, they have their stuff. But I'm also thinking about popcorn, and yeah, popcorn and stuff and beer. Yeah, that doesn't mix. But people do it all the time at Alamo Draft House, though. That's interesting. The only thing I like the popcorn for Alamo Draft House. It's pretty good. But I feel like Carolina, well, not. Let me stop saying. What am I talking about? The Alamo Draft House, their biggest thing, I feel like, even if there's a certain few things. Got your shotgun, buddy. Go get your gun if you want it. Just me and him thugging it out. So holy moly. Like I'm saying, back to the you know, movie theaters, I don't think that really stuff. Alamo draft houses are basically implying that they do have stuff on tap, like craft beer and stuff like that. Craft beer, I don't know. That's another story for another day. It's just, I don't know, bro. I mean, certain stuff is fine, but I don't know, bro. Y'all have to ask me. And y'all see me getting stuck, so you know I'm lagging a bit. Like, look, how am I jumping? And then, like, look, my own teammate hit the Jets. He's still a good player, though. But back to what I was saying about certain stuff, like, I don't know, bro. Like, the selection, I know a whole lot of restaurants and stuff like that to cut back on their stuff. And I know about why is the drinking age 21 and stuff like that. It's got 1984, what you call it, the law was changed. And I'm still thinking about it. Just because you turn 21 don't mean that you're mature at all.
I'm just playing with you. That's why I said it quiet. I'm not really trying to brag you.
But I know a whole lot of people talking about, you know, you go to other countries, you know, you have to be 18, the drinking age is 18. Well, I don't know. It's flip-flop. But I think in America it would be a whole lot worse. No, just imagine high schoolers or like seniors going to school smash or hungover. Yeah, that would be a complete dub. Not saying that doesn't happen in other countries and stuff like that. I feel like if you're a beer, like you get a beer, you're 15 or 16 in like Spain. I remember one time my teacher told me that what you call it, or did you say a teacher when the people went to Spain, the kids put the beer and stuff in their carry-on. They tried the what you call it, and they were successful at doing that, putting it in their carry-on. That was stupid.
When did I tell you that?
And you told me that like around in middle school. You said the people, your teacher said.
Yeah, some of them people. That's what they said. I
don't know. Yeah, it was interesting, but that's not the point. Oh my God! Holy moly! If I'm lagging like that, good Lord. I don't want to think about anything else. I've gotten a dub today, so I'm pretty good. I'll push up with my teammate. Someone asked, like, someone might be thinking about playing duo squads now. The other two people were sorry at the game. They just left. So, I don't know. You know, the interesting thing about everything being shut down is that, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that, since stuff has been closed, I've been thinking about even the most smallest things like possible. Like movie theater popcorn, just stuff like that. Movie theater popcorn, even the soda machine. How you probably not gonna ever touch that again. And I feel good with that, knowing that you won't be able to touch that again, because you have to almost question the sanitation and, like, you know, just some of the stuff that's going on. Are they thoroughly wiping down the stuff? Because you got to think about it. You don't never really question whether or not the stuff is getting 100% clean. So if you aren't even really paying attention like that, or people not being like meticulous about cleaning surfaces and stuff like that, bacteria and germs. I even remember when someone did a study about how nasty the McDonald's kiosks were, that they contained fecal matter, like remnants of it actually on the thing, because people go to the bathroom, don't wash their hands and stuff like that. That's nasty. Defecating and then not washing your hands, even just peeing, that's nasty. We don't do that. Then they go around cooking food. I don't even want to even think about certain stuff, but it's just nasty. There's just certain stuff you don't even think about on a daily basis that, you know, you just kind of have to be smart about. Just way stuff is just like you handle certain stuff in your day-to-day, you know, patterns. Like establishments, trust me, bro. I'll be looking at the actual stuff for restaurants, like the ratings, and I'll look at the notes and stuff that the health inspector leaves. You'd be surprised at some of the nastiest stuff. Like when you see a restaurant has below a 93, even a 93 is pretty nasty. People not washing their hands, the business not having enough, what is it, soap? That's just disgusting. Like, can you imagine what you call it? The amount of germs and bacteria and stuff that's pretty much gonna, you know, basically multiply and stuff like that. And then another thing is people not washing out the what you call it, the so we're not the only ones here. You don't have to move that far. But back to what I'm saying about how many restaurants and stuff is nasty. Like, I don't know, bro. In all honesty, I don't think you should have to touch certain surfaces. If we're being honest and being completely 100% transparent, I don't think you should have to what you call it touch certain stuff. And at a certain point, why would you want to? Like businesses and stuff could be nasty. Like I'm very cognizant about not touching certain stuff. Like the POS systems now, it's completely wrapped in plastic. I think that's good, but at the same time, I don't know. Even gas stations and stuff was nasty before then, so. You had people not washing their hands and then browsing and touching the chips. Like that's, you know how nasty that is? Got him. Like that. They messed me up like that too. I was just one person. He's over there, so we can just kind of chill. I don't have to do that much. That guy was pretty good. X Raposa. Let me write his name down. X Raposa X0071. We'll take a screenshot. Hopefully he hasn't left. I did pretty good that game. So I'm not a scrub at this game. I just don't like all the bad stuff that's happening. I'm gonna add that dude now. We wound up winning the game, so I was pretty much low health and pretty much the entire game. You try to add this guy, and display name X Raposa. Raposa. X 0071. Might have to add them on PlayStation. I should have done that before, but X Raposa. Let's see. I forgot this fool got what you call. He was pretty good, but I took a screenshot of his gamer tag. I might play some State of the World just because the principle. I mean, I almost have no reason to play it, but at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna become a State of the World YouTuber because it's like there's no content on State of the World, and if we're being completely honest, the quest line, you can't, like, I remember when I spent a whole day beating the whole quest line for Candy Valley, and then for them just to redo it and then make a little bit more ridiculous challenges. Like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. But back to what I'm saying about, like, just with the movies and stuff like that. Before, I used to love going to the movies every now and then, like, I just started seeing movies a lot more than what I used to. But back then, when I was like a kid and stuff, like, the highlight of me, like, being a kid was going to a movie that was affordable. Like, I'm talking about really affordable. But the thing about the movies back in the day, this movie theater I used to go to, the movie used to be $1.50. But the movies had been out for maybe, like, I would say about 2 months, but they were really fresh, and they kept on getting new movies every week. But it would just be 2 months old, or they phased out the regular theater. But they would be new, fairly new films. But I know for sure it's now moved to like $7. The movie that it went from like $2.50, like the initial price, like $2.75 per person, and then it went all the way up to $7. And I think $7 to $8, one of the two. And now, like, not relatively speaking, it's still cheap, it's still affordable than all the other movie theaters, relatively speaking, because if you had to think about it, going to the movies is just like, it's good, but you're going to spend a lot of money on the concessions. That's given. Like, you know you're going to spend a lot of money on the concessions. And someone says that popcorn and drink is not good, they're capping. They are capping. I've seen some funny stuff go down just by like, you know, kids and then going with their parents, then get kicked in the shin because they don't get a kitty combo. That's funny in my opinion. It's not funny for the parent, but like getting kicked in the shin just because like your son doesn't get a kitty combo. And the kitty combo, I'm not saying I wouldn't get it for my kids, but like I would probably get them a small popcorn and a small drink, and I'll probably get a fruit snack. I tell them put it in their pocket, put it in their pocket and something like that. But I want my, like when I have kids, what you call it, they have the best childhood, stuff like that. Like I wholeheartedly like almost believe like with all my strength, like and power, I believe that what you call it, I want my kids to have like well, especially when I have them, it's like a good childhood, stuff like that. But I don't know. But I know there's a lot of movie theaters and stuff like that. They're charging a whole lot of money, and the popcorn and drink is only fueling that, and then the concession, they're like, it's marked up. But you know, the one thing that I feel like I took an L on is like buying. I feel bad for the people who spent $20 on the AMC pass, and they were supposed to get like 3 movies a week. And then now, since COVID, and then just imagine you spent the money on the popcorn bucket. So like, you buy a popcorn bucket, that's like $20 automatically.
Well, that started an arms race. You know those rumors we've been hearing about an even more dangerous part of the storm? A corrosive storm that closes in on you, eventually swallowing you alive?
Nobody's here, so I could really leave. I could bounce. I'd rather bounce to get into something that I know is halfway decent. It doesn't have to be for certain stuff, but it just has to be halfway decent. Like, let's think about another thing about like movie theaters. Like I said, the Alamo Drafthouse. I like Alamo Drafthouse, but I think the thing that pretty much it's a different feel and it's a different experience. You got the nice reclinable seats like a movie theaters. You pay for your row, or whatever. You pay for the seats. Like if you're taking somebody to the movies or you're out with your family, this is what you call. You pay for the seats and stuff like that. They accommodate you. Yeah, servers, they try to make it seem like they're not even there. But I think the biggest thing with the Alamo Drafthouse, what I don't like about it, is that like sometimes it be so backed up in there, and the popcorn and stuff, like you get, by the time you get the popcorn is, I don't know, some of the popcorn, it just like, it didn't set well, and you can't really tell the people because they're so busy backed up with getting people's orders of wings, beer. It doesn't really matter. But I definitely wings, and not wings, but popcorn and, you know, wine or beer. That's nasty. I wholeheartedly believe that that's nasty. Just off the fact that, you know, it's a different flavor profile and stuff like that. If it was maybe cheese or wine or something like that, sure. Like cheese and crackers or something like that, or you know, or hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that, you know, it would be a little bit more palatable. Like little handheld foods, little snack size food that it doesn't take that much. Wings, on the other hand, they're good, like from Alamo Drafthouse, but I don't know. Anytime I get the wings, I know it's like a thing about the wings. You can't expect it to be completely the healthiest, because I mean it is wings, but some of the food that I've had here recently, it tastes like they're trying to cure the meat. Like they just completely douse stuff in salt. Like if you douse stuff in salt, that has to be pretty. That has to have like. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to ration the stuff out, like especially with salt, a pinch of salt. But some people just be going overboard. I know salt is supposed to bring out flavor, but I think pepper is a whole lot better. Instead of using salt, a lot of salt, use pepper or something. But you can't over season with pepper too. That's another thing. You can't over season with pepper. But the last couple meals I think I've had, I don't know. I would say the food and stuff, like the prices for like certain foods have gone up recently, and at the expense of certain stuff. Like I know Zaxby's tried to have or what you call it. They tried to have meals for the family, like the wings, not the wings, but definitely the chicken strips. I'm not really a big fan of Zaxby's chicken strips, just because. I don't know. I haven't had them, and I really don't like them this much. Because I think Zaxby's wholeheartedly is a wing spot. If we're being completely honest, like, I don't go to Zaxby's for the chicken fingers. Now, I like the chicken fingers every now and then, but I just don't like them that much. Especially when I think of Zaxby's as a halfway decent wing place, if we're being completely honest, but...
It's happening here. We need to retrieve the data as usual, but this time we need to watch the storm. Exposure to the storm will hurt you. A lot. You'll take damage when you're in the storm, so keep an eye on your health.
Well, I think buffalo wings, like I said, they shouldn't be so salty to a point where it's like, you think it's cured. I think that's a little bit ridiculous, like, and just other foods.
Keep an eye on the storm's movement on your map.
And then I know a whole lot of people keep on talking about how they were on their health thing and stuff like that. And they're trying to get this different food, they're trying to eat at home. I'm 100% like good with eating at home, because even the restaurants and stuff like that, the meals are below par, and then they do a lot of cost saving measures. And then I remember there's a whole lot of outrage and stuff like that. People talking about they don't get paid that much from what is it? They don't get paid that much being a server. That is not 100% true. 'Cause I know servers and stuff, they get tipped. They talk about servers only get paid $2.13 an hour, but they get tipped. The only problem I would say with tip is depending on the restaurant. Like you could get pool tips, and I feel like that's pretty bad because they're not fairly giving, like, distributing that money out. You can't trust every restaurant with that one. It just depends. There's certain people who just don't really rock with the restaurant. Some of the servers, you'd be surprised. Like, I remember one time before the whole lockdown, I think I went to Chili's, and the employees were not getting along. It was like two women, and they almost had a fight in there. I'm talking about, I'm tired of the person. I felt like that was interesting. And then the bad thing about it is my food took an hour and like 30 minutes to get cooked. Not get cooked, they just were so backed up in there. And then the whole basically, what is it? I would say they would call them team leaders, like you know, basically people in the doggone kitchen, and then the chefs and stuff, like they were messing up people's orders. The servers and stuff were trying to save face for just the manager's sake. The manager really didn't want to go out there and interact with the customers like that, and in a sense it was just went from bad to worse. And I 110% believe that sometimes that restaurants and stuff, for the price, I don't know. Like, there was this restaurant that it's like basically, I'm 100% sure that it's like a chain restaurant. We still got multiple locations. Kickback Jacks. It's like a restaurant in North Carolina, South Carolina, and a few other spots. The one that I think is a whole lot better, in all honesty, not a whole lot better, but there's like chain restaurants. I'm not really a big fan of chain restaurants in a way. It just depends. Like if you're talking about a sports bar, like a sports bar and grill, I don't know. Cause I feel like there's a lot of stuff that they do. Like I remember when the stuff shut down, and then like this restaurant, which normally doesn't even do family meals at all, but since this COVID stuff, they moved over to it. They didn't even allow fries, like, and they basically talking about they can't do it because they can't do fries. They're not serving fries at this time. I feel like it's a cost saving measure, and it is basically a cost saving measure, just because potatoes. Now the only problem that I've got with like certain restaurants and stuff like that is the fake hype that people build around some of these stuff. But back to what I'm saying about, I think that a lot of restaurants and stuff like that, I believe they are taking a hit because no restaurant was designed by the thing to operate at half a capacity. But at the same time, a lot of restaurants and stuff, sports bar and grills, most of their money is made off of booze. It's just booze. Like, you think about it. Like Applebee's and stuff like that. I mean, Applebee's is a halfway decent meal, I would say. They just get a whole lot of flack. Now their boneless wings is pretty good. Like the half price app is pretty good. I've only had that once. Considering that I do like my boneless wings a lot more. Someone asked me why I just stopped eating buffalo wings, and I do eat a good buffalo wing every now and then. But my biggest problem with getting buffalo wings is just people flash cooking chicken, and I feel like that's a huge problem with a lot of restaurants. Flash cooking chicken, like that's nasty. I remember one time I went to this restaurant and it closed down because number one, I don't like jumbo wings. Like jumbo wings is just nasty. And there was another restaurant where this guy basically told me, I hadn't been there in a while. I haven't been over there in like 2 years since this incident because the person was racist. But he decided to stick his finger in a chicken wing and stuff like that. That was just nasty. And like I told him about the wing, it wasn't done. Well, at least my family, we were all there getting lunch, stuff like that. The wing and stuff was not done. It was not done. And basically, they had a dumb rule in which, like, okay, the guy would not budge down. He wouldn't substitute anything. I'm not trying to get a free meal or nothing like that. I just came to a spot, and the thing about the lunch special wasn't even that expensive. It was maybe like what, $7.77. It wasn't that expensive. It was maybe like I think it was like 5 wings or 7 wings, a side and a drink for $7.77. that whole promo was pretty much an L, but it got business and stuff going. But the problem with this thing, that the bar and stuff that they got in there, the bar crowd pretty much overwhelms the servers. Now the wings is to die for. Like, it has a unique flavor profile. Like the wings actually sweet. It has a good, like a very good sauce. But I know now for sure if I ever go back there and that manager stuff's been fired or something like that, or just gone, I'm just getting the boneless wings. Cause the way I see it, you can't be playing around with chicken. Like, you really can't. Cause the way I see it, chicken and stuff like that, you actually gotta be thoroughly checking that is done, basically. Because if it's not done, you know, salmonella, all this different stuff going on. A recipe for disaster. But I'm still thinking about, yeah, especially with the restaurants. I know they're taking hits and stuff like that. You can't see it. But at the same time, I know a whole lot of restaurants that need to get rid of some of their managers. Like, why do you have 4 or 5 managers basically at a restaurant? No, like you're alternating. There's really only between 1 and 3 good managers over there. I know another thing that's kind of overrated, and another chain of restaurants kind of overrated, but I don't know. There's not too many of them around like that anymore. Joe's Crab Shack. They're kind of overrated, I do believe. The food is not bad, but... And there's another restaurant too that I feel like they definitely are, what you call it. The quality is going down. And like I said, I don't really eat at buffets and stuff anymore, but there's like this place in South Carolina, it's called Original Benjamin's. And someone might ask, someone said, am I from Columbia, South Carolina? I'm not. Or someone wondered if I'm from South Carolina. Nah. Yeah, I've been in South Carolina a lot though, before this COVID stuff. I just go there for some R&R from downtown. It just depends. But back to what I'm saying about this place called Original Benjamin's. It is good for the fact that I feel like you're getting, I would say maybe halfway.
So bring down that balloon, download that data, and get ready to move.
You're getting a halfway decent meal. Well, not halfway decent, because they have a whole lot of food, but you can't justify the prices you're paying. Like, you're actually paying for some crab legs, like a crab boil. The food is pretty good. The offerings are okay, but I feel like they're diminished over time. Like, they're not even really bringing crab legs out there. I mean, I eat crab legs, but I'm not really that big of a crab leg person, if that makes any sense. But I know the thing that I'm surprised they haven't done in order to be like supposedly cheap is like basically having a timer or something like that. Because there be people eating pounds of crab legs and stuff like that. I've seen that done. And I see that it raised the price. Like the price used to be like $35 a person. And they used to have like coupons from like the local hotels and stuff like that. They could keep that from
The balloon has landed. Defend that data.
Wow.
But I still look good.
I think a lot of restaurants, in my honest opinion, the price and stuff, you can't even justify the price. And I know they got to make a profit, but if you have people going in there and definitely eating up pounds of crab legs and stuff like that, yeah, you're not gonna be profitable. Just like restaurants and stuff like that, in order to have a brunch crowd, they might offer unlimited mimosas and maybe a brunch item like $40 and stuff like that. That stuff is not good. That's not a good thing. You definitely cannot be doing that. You're gonna have a fatty liver or something like that if you know you out here supposed to live your best life. But I mean, something every now and then again, basically, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, but definitely moderation, stuff like that is fine. But I mean, in a sense, a lot of stuff, like, if you're going out there and hurting yourself, like, I feel like every time you eat, you shouldn't have an objective to try to go hurt yourself. I remember someone said they went to this place, Richmond Benjamin's, and they're like, they said they're like, what is it? Their blood pressure was like over, I think it was like 200 or something like that, over like 140. Like, that's almost stroke level range. You sit up here eating. Another problem that I got with seafood too is that some of these people, I know when you boil crabs and stuff like that, the salinity of crab does not 100% go away. So you actually have to do some other steps, but also, even if you do all that, you don't need to be adding Old Bay and stuff like that to the food. That almost defeats the purpose of pretty much the flavor profile of the crab. And some crab is supposed to be sweet.
File successfully retrieved.
When you taste the crab, you're able to taste the sweetness and stuff like that. But I'm about done with buffets. Like, buffets and stuff like that, The only way that I think a buffet would be good now, but I still even wouldn't like a buffet because I don't like what's associated with buffets. I know that don't make that much sense. Like, you think about a buffet, you got 6 people. Like, there's no way I would ever go to a buffet, especially when food season and stuff is around. That's nasty. Especially during this COVID stuff, yeah. A lot of people talking about Golden Corral. Golden Corral, there's nothing golden about that place. I know Golden Corral, I live like near Golden Corral. Like, I live near headquarters and stuff like that. I probably live like, roughly about like 30 minutes away from headquarters. Because it's based in Raleigh, so that's where I live at. Besides the point. What do you think about it? The thing about Golden Corral, my honest opinion, Golden Corral, the biggest problem is that you can't justify the food and stuff, certain stuff like that. The amount of food they want having to waste, but at the same time, the amount of food that they cook is just not good. Another problem, issue I had with Golden Corral, and I used to eat them when I was a kid, is that, you know, let's think about it. The steaks, now thinking about the steaks, are very minimal. They weren't that good. I don't even know if they were prime, choice, or select. I'm pretty sure they were one of them. I think they were select. But the problem I got with the steak tastes like it was cured. 100% cured, and it really just tastes like grilled. It was a salty steak, it just tastes like grilled. There was no peppers, you know, a lot of stuff, the servers and stuff like that. The servers and stuff were pretty nice, but the overall establishment and stuff was looking ran down. Like, I think the Golden Corral, the one I used to go to, near like one of my local, it was like in a local municipality that was close near where I live at. It was, I think it was good by 1990 standards, but it looked ran down. Like, the facade and stuff wasn't cleaned up, and that's kind of nasty. Why would I want to eat at a place that's not even well maintained? Like, I guess that a lot of businesses and stuff don't be thinking about stuff, especially schools. There's no you're making money, but you don't have expenses. You know, I know you're not gonna put out money for stuff if it's not a cost. It's not affecting your business or your bottom line. You're gonna do whatever you can as a cost-saving measure, but certain stuff I can't let it get a pass. I just can't let it get a pass. Like cleaning a sidewalk or cleaning a facade, power washing a building. You know, the aesthetic of a clean building and stuff like that goes beyond, you know, what's the inside of a building. It's the outside too, because if there's this dirt and stuff on the outside of a restaurant and stuff like that, and the sidewalks and stuff is all nasty. The sidewalk's small too, so I'm probably say. But the overall maintenance of the buffet is really kind of nasty if you think about it. Like I said, I was talking about Gold Crush the other day. There's a Gold Crush, and people talking about all the hype. That's not really Jamaican food. It's nasty. I went in the one, didn't see what the hype was about. I didn't order anything. Just looking at the food and the way it was presented. The food looked absolutely not delicious. The food was just sitting there, wasn't stayed around. It had a film over it, like it just been sitting. You have chicken, you have oxtail and stuff. Chicken can't be sitting around for that long. Chicken and stuff cannot be sitting around for long. You just have it swimming in sauce. That's a great recipe for people to have bubble butt and diarrhea. That's the funny bit about it. It's that restaurants and stuff have a great case of food poisoning too if you're not careful. And there's a lot of stuff that I feel like restaurants and stuff is not their strong suit. Like, I wouldn't go to a place and then, like, they had, what you call it? Potato salad or something like that. You know, if I see that you're not even doing good, you're flash cooking chicken, what makes you think that I'm about to sit here and eat, you know, potato salad or, let's think of another dish that they could add. Or rice. You'd be surprised. It's not even that hard to like mess up rice, but in the case that it is, it's easy to mess up rice if you're not careful. I remember one of the funniest things I think that happened, especially just thinking about like foods and stuff like that, is you wouldn't normally go to certain places, they're not chicken chains, or certain stuff like that, and just get chicken. Now every time I flip-flop, like getting chicken, some of the chicken wasn't bad, but let me think of a place that's not really known for chicken, but they had, or this a place that wasn't known for something, and the food actually tasted pretty decent. Let's think about a place. The only place I think can do a great job at pretty much most things is legal seafood. That's like a Boston-based chain. They have a whole lot of foods and stuff like that. Their seafood as well. I remember when I I asked for, like, do they do Alfredo? The Alfredo and stuff was good. They don't normally do it, and I asked because I saw they had pasta, but you had to pay extra for chicken or shrimp. I wanted to get that because I'm not really big of a seafood person now, and a lot of that has to do with this seafood restaurant that I used to go to. Last couple times I've been, I tried to get something that's relatively neutral, something I know you have to work hard to mess up, and you'd be surprised they messed up. How? I'll play a few more. Um, but I think restaurants and certain stuff, they're taking an L. I know for a restaurant like a sports bar, like on Friday, and depending on how certain stuff goes, the most of the money is going to be made off the booze. But to think about it, since restaurants and stuff have been closed for so long, and then the bars and stuff have been shut down for so long, they pretty much got booze that can go bad. It happens, but at the same time, it's a L. As long as they got some of that, what you call stimulus money, I think they're doing fine, relatively afloat. But I'm not 100% buying some of the bull that people are, especially business owners, are talking about. I remember when people were talking about the financial crisis, how, you know, an average family in like 2008 couldn't go to the movie theater, and then a lot of films and stuff like that were box office bombs. Yeah, it's a financial crisis, pal. But really what set the financial crisis, a lot of people keep on talking about the coronavirus and stuff, it was the housing market boom, and then it was the housing market like crash. People were getting loans that they really couldn't afford, and they were called subprime loans. So pretty much, and balloon loans. So basically, if I was paying $800 or something like that, a term agreement for a mortgage or something like that, it would then, after a period like 3 years, then it would mature to like $1,500 to $1,600, and then, you know, people didn't have that money, and their credit went down. And then the banks, basically, anytime a bank, gets a loan and stuff like that, they run a quick ratio on people, how likely they are to pay certain stuff back, like their income level, their job, their position, stuff like that, to figure out whether they qualify for the loan or not. And the credit score is very important too. So if you're not building a good rapport with credit, yeah, you shut yourself in the foot. If credit is tore up from the flow up, then yeah,
bonus challenge is now available.
There's nothing that people can do or want to do. I remember people kept on talking about Clash of Clunkers, how that was a program. That was a helpful program, but I'm still thinking about it. It did a lot. It really did help people out. But now with the cars and the way it's going, I don't think that there's going to be a Clash of Clunkers anytime soon.
More bad guys coming.
They were trying to get rid of gas guzzlers and, you know, fuel inefficient cars to people go to hybrid cars, stuff like that.
Amazing. We need more people like you.
But I think a lot of stuff is interesting though. I can't find a dog on fire truck. That's pathetic. I think I'm gonna go to the movie theater, just not a movie theater, but just like a place that used to be a movie theater. The people manage are selling like popcorn outside the door, outside the actual business to make some money. I'm gonna try to get it. The popcorn price was actually reasonable. A large popcorn being $6. Yeah, that never happens. Like popcorn and stuff like what? $13. But one at Alamo Draft House like $5. It's not that expensive. The wings and stuff like that is obviously gonna be expensive. But the Alamo Draft House wings and stuff is off the chain. Big fan of those. But I think the most interesting thing about going to certain places is places that smell like just stale beer. It smells bad. Has like a musty smell to it. I'm probably gonna leave this game just because it's not that much. Who's this? I can't find what you call it, doggone fire truck. 1 out of 3 fire trucks. And surely there should be a what you call it, a fire truck. This I might leave, because I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna leave just because I want to get the 50 V-Bucks, so I don't have to do that much. You know, people keep on talking about the mall. We gotta get reopened back up, so the economy will be fine. Regardless, I think. Not now, but what I'm saying, I think it will go back up because the economy is basically built off of, well, at least in the United States, is really built off our GDP per capita. Basically means how much money people are making, the average, American. What's the potential, that a country can basically, what their citizen can potentially make. But it doesn't mean it's necessarily accurate though, but our GDP is based off of privatized debt and people being in debt and consumption. So that is pretty bad if you're thinking about it. People maxing out credit cards and certain stuff like that. It is pretty bad for people to max out credit cards and on a credit line in a certain amount of time, because that's basically showing financial irresponsibility. And even if you do manage to do that, I know businesses and stuff are not going to really want to deal with you. It looks bad, like, to max out a credit card limit within a certain period of time. I remember when I had to do a report on that. I would do that if I'm allowed to. The thing that people would say to talk about, we can't allow the economy to fail. I mean, you can and you can't. I feel like the government is lying, or the numbers and stuff is being skewed about how we added jobs. The jobs and stuff at these plants and these different odd jobs that, you know, were created or whatever in these industries that, you know, that they're not going to pay people out stuff where they're high injuries and stuff like that. Like factory jobs. It really doesn't matter what type of factory job it is. It's just as long as it's a factory. Coal ash industry, as I pretty much stated in one of my last streams. People are gonna get those type of injuries and stuff is common. Like, you're gonna get injured. Ain't nothing you can really do. Even with all the OSHA stuff in place, some of the stuff ain't even really safe or any better, but it is a whole lot better than the early 19th century and 20th century standards. Before, they used to have kids, basically if a machine was broke, they used to have them crawl in there, and the machine, some of them kids would get hacked to death by blades and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. They try to fix machines and stuff like that. That stuff really doesn't happen, but then again, it does and it doesn't. Because if you're working around like, there's plants and stuff that work around like sulfuric acid and stuff like that. That stuff can seriously like scald people, and people have all sorts of type of they just disfigurement if they get hit by that type of stuff. It's not really preventative that you can do. You have all the proper stuff, gloves, all that type of stuff, hazmat and stuff like that, but it's still not safe. There's no way that stuff can be 100% safe.
About an even more dangerous part of the storm. A corrosive storm that closes in on you, eventually swallowing you alive. Remember how I said that would never, ever, ever happen?
Fire truck. Let's go.
It's happening here.
Thank you.
Landing site spotted. Nice find.
If I can find one more, we're good. We're 110% good.
We need to retrieve the data as usual, but this time we need to watch the storm. Exposure to the storm will hurt you. A lot. You'll take damage when you're in the storm, so keep an eye on your health. We need to retrieve the data before we're overwhelmed by the storm.
I'll see if I can try to get one of my friends on, but
we only have
I'm
20
not sure.
minutes. Keep an eye on the storm's movement on your map. Any attacks from the storm's creatures could corrupt the data. You'll want to build defenses around the balloon.
What's some issues that I think that stuff's going on and definitely damage a few things? I'd probably say there's a whole lot of stuff that pretty much is damaged and then made a lot of stuff worse. Like all the added jobs being basically lost, but some of these jobs and stuff weren't that good in the first place. If you had to think about it, like, you know, jobs people really don't want. Like, you know, if you work at McDonald's and stuff, no shade anybody works at McDonald's. I think that's a hard job, but it definitely does not pay well. Most people who work at McDonald's don't want to be there. Even if someone's a manager, yeah. By being a manager, you kind of make more like funds, obviously, but at the same time, who wants to do that for a long period of time? Not many people. I really don't know. Wow. Once I get like 2,500 V-Bucks or so a month to bounce, I'll probably play like a few more of these and then the stream probably will end or so. But I don't know. The blunderbuss. So tell me why not turn them down. Bye-bye. Oh, God. I gotta get rid of that one. Alright. Gotta get rid of that one. Alright. Can do. Some guns that I can craft. Halfway decent. I'll craft me a gun that's decent. Can't craft me one of those. Would be interesting to see how that is, but yeah, I might as well. I don't really have that many guns that are good. The FAMAS.
Bullets.
Oh no, idiots going in here and glitch the thing out. I need one more of these guys, the founder drum god. propane tanks.
The only way we're going to retrieve all of the data is to shoot the balloon down as soon as possible. So bring down that balloon, download that data, and get ready to move. The balloon has landed. Defend that data.
I'm gonna put one more thing. I think I'll probably have enough V-Bucks. Right now, I'm just saving up for the new season right now. So. Get my got a grave right there. Glitched out. Ha.
Not a pistol I could use. Need a
pistol. I just said.
Storm freeze.
File successfully retrieved.
Well, I know it's a personal, debate, but I know who I could like talk about or have channels around, I guess, certain stuff, a comparison. That's a huge thing. Like, dang, around like craft beer versus, just regular beer or stuff like that. Craft beer is basically almost homemade, but they have their own different process and stuff like that.
The storm wall's getting close.
I can't believe well, the team in our basically single-handedly defeated Twine Peaks Storm Shield defense team. Twine Peaks Storm Shield defense team is not it is pretty hard because the husk, and then they try to send an endless supply of smashers. But if you have a gun like the Pain Train, it takes out, it's not even a problem.
Husk spotted.
Oh,
Data's looking good.
I really have to farm for wood.
File successfully retrieved.
On my last clip.
We'll just go in the storm, try to loot up a little bit.
Data's looking good.
I know someone talked about this like, you know, kids be focusing on the wrong things, like I know a kid, like my job, it requires you to work around kids. Like, well, I was doing it until COVID shut it down.
Another file.
Ammo resupply. Let's get out of here. Need ammo. Need bullets. Ready for action. Send ammo.
Another file.
Standing by. For me. Let's get going.
Data's looking good. Perfection. You collected all of the files. Amazing. Praiseworthy job, Commander.
So that's what I'm
good
saying.
job. The data you collected will
About
help
just
us locate
certain
survivors
stuff.
in weak
I don't know,
spots of the
bro. Do I think businesses and stuff are having a hard time getting butts in the seat? I don't believe so, especially restaurants. I feel like the biggest issue with some of these restaurants was they weren't even really trying to do certain stuff. I think one of the days I might treat myself to kebabs, because I haven't had that in like 4 years. Have a lovely, what you call it, fettuccine Alfredo from Carrabba's. But back to what I'm saying about kids and stuff, like they asked me how old I was, told them I'm close to turn 21. It's like, wow. And you got teenagers talking about they can't wait till they're 21. I mean, I just turned 21 like maybe a total of 2 weeks ago. Yeah, pretty much like, yeah. It's coming up like almost like 2 weeks ago. 26, 5. Yeah, it's almost been 2 weeks. I'll put it at that. It's seriously almost been 2 weeks. 5, 10. Yeah, it's that most definitely been 2 weeks at this point. For certain stuff, it's not a big deal. $130 upgrade modify. Propane tank. I know I for sure can find a propane tank in one of these. After I hit like 2,500, I'm gonna get off. Deliver the bomb. Well, people keep on talking about
Master Porto. Hiya!
Let's find that writ.
like kids be talking about like beers and stuff like that. A lot of people don't understand the fact that like if people would drink a lot of beer and stuff like that, they get beer bellies and stuff like that. But I guess that's part of being a kid. Kids think that certain stuff is just so sophisticated. And a lot of people ask why fat. Like why do people get fat out drinking beers? It's calories, and then you gotta remember what alcohol is. Alcohol is sugar. It is sugar. And sugar turns into fat. But your body basically turns off the fat burning stuff, and then it's just fat. So, I mean, sure, there's people who are shredded and like on the weekends and stuff like that, they drink beer and stuff like that. They just go out, probably have a drink, a beer, go out with the guys, stuff like that. That's what they do, you know. Thing about that is, sometimes I feel like people be just ODing and just doing a whole lot of stuff that I don't know. You know, I feel like it's based on a lot of other stuff too. You know. Remember, they did like a study about why people drink and stuff like that, and it was like a social thing where people were basically, they said that it was because of, it was a social thing, a social setting. Propane tank. 110% get people in there, but I mean, I'm not tripping. It's no biggie.
Deploy the launcher. There it is. Time to shut it down, Commander. Let's start by deploying the armory.
I want people to be in here, but I mean, I'm not really tripping if they aren't. I'm almost really about to do that. I'll probably watch something on Netflix or something like that. I don't know. There's also been a few things I've been meaning to do, like I don't know. Like I want to, I don't know. I kind of want to watch the new Scooby film. I know I'm like 100% grown or whatever. What's how the new Scooby? I hate changes. I'll probably craft me a gun. Okay. At first I was getting pretty discouraged about what you call it, not being one person in sight. But we got one person. What is this? This is just an encampment. Oh, Fortnite has a new quest line or a new map for Save the World, because the way I see it, Save the World is getting, it's not old, it's just that you don't, like, you pay money for a mode that's not even supported. Like, I know the focus gotta be on Battle Royale, but I just spent the max amount of money on this. This person's moving. I like that part. I know I wanted the what you call it? Watch what's the old film Solo. I never went to go see that, and that came out around my birthday time when I turned what? Yeah, I turned 19. Yeah, I turned 19. What's he doing? Oh, this fool taking on what you call it. only find a doggone thing to just go ahead and do it. Get out. Shouldn't take this long. This is a minute, 100%. Look like it too.
Dead. Okay, dude. Last clip.
Man. The armory is nowhere near here, man. I'll tell y'all the truth, bro. If this fool and I don't find this thing in the next like 5 minutes, I'm off, bro. I done looked at the whole map. To be completely honest, it might be best somewhere like over here. Tell you the truth, I'm about out here, bro. That dude just got by himself. I'm sorry. Oh. Let me see. Some level 44. Cause at least I know I can get a game 100%. And then the propane tanks, they're not that hard to find. It's just 2. And then maybe I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe we can find a fire truck. We don't know. We don't. This I could possibly find something, but I'm not 100% sure. It's probably my last one. Find the server. We'll check out my popcorn from good gourmet, high quality gourmet popcorn. It should have arrived. Shipment progress. Is there no updates? I'm still thinking about people talking about the Popeyes chicken sandwich. The Popeyes chicken sandwich it's not better than the first one. Their supply chain and stuff was destroyed because they couldn't keep up with the demand. And then another thing, I feel like the spices, like spicing stuff, Popeyes does not season their stuff. The stuff's like put in a bag and seasoning, and then the cooks and stuff season the stuff. Same thing with KFC. Stuff's put in a bag.
Post-apocalyptic storm ninja, like I do. Airborne husks! Give up, creeps!
They're attacking the shelter. Survivors are in extreme danger.
I will never find my home. I'm back up, and I really wanna know.
A survivor shelter is under attack. Check your map for the location of the shelter.
Don't wear no shoes in my house. I'm tired of flying in and never gonna fly again. I take my chance and traffic.
Nice job.
Hands with it. Landing
The
strip.
shelter needs to recharge.
What is this?
Once the shelter is
Oh,
repaired,
it's not
we can
large. I
extract
can't
the
lie, take it
survivors.
out.
It'll take 10 minutes to fully recharge the shelter.
I'm just looking for stuff that I need right now, so.
We've got a storm closing in. Reinforce the shelter and prepare for an attack from any direction.
Yeah, well, I kind of need
I
that,
can't
so I
quite
can
tell
take
where the
that
storm
out.
is coming
But
from yet.
they should have something here. And it should not be hard to find a propane tank. Like, I should find something. I should find what you call it. I should find fire truck. Here we are.
That is what I'm talking about.
Found nothing.
Storm data has been updated. Check your map.
Yeah, I can't find a propane tank. A propane tank should be at one of these doggone grills, whatever the heck. Sorry, bro. Bro, I done looked all over, bro. No propane. No propane. No propane. Oh, there we go. No propane. Hey. No propane. Hey. There's 8. But I know there should be more propane tanks than that. You're not telling me that's just one. Hey, turn on. To be honest, y'all, I might just go ahead and take it to bed, bro. Cause the way I see it, it's just like, it's not even fun. Like, I done beat the game. There's not that much going on. The awards, I done got everything I possibly needed from Save the World, in a sense of now. I mean, it's good, it's bittersweet. I'll put it at that. It's bittersweet. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm out.